Scotland and their culture and how it's affected me. Going to Scotland, it has changed the way I've looked at the world with the different cultures that they have. It's hard to explain how much it's almost different, but it's pretty much the same as being here. There's almost no words to put into it to describe it compared to, say, going to, I don't know, France maybe, or maybe an Asian country. Yes, they speak the same language, but it's different in a way. Their culture is, in Edinburgh at least, it's surrounded by all the architecture. I feel like that's what they base their culture on in Edinburgh, is their culture, compared to Glasgow. That's what they base their culture on. They base their culture on like their history and the buildings and the architecture, while in Glasgow they mainly base their culture on all the business that is building up over there. And then you have the Highlands, which they're also around their history, but it's a little bit harder to get to because of all the distance between the different places that they have.
A garland, and that indicates goldsmiths. It's the sign of goldsmiths, and these buildings were developed and owned by goldsmiths who were the
We can walk around.
It is pretty. Oh, there's a rainbow! There's a rainbow, Mama!
Wow.
Oh, there's a rainbow!
The end of a rainbow. Right there.
Mama, there's a rainbow! Oh my god.
Never thought I'd see the day.
Rainbow before? Sarah! Oh my god!
Purchases a pot of gold, just let me know, we'll pull over and we'll get some whiskey tonight. Or Lucky Charms, one of the two.
In the Highlands, they also base their culture around all the myths that they have there. For example, like at Loch Ness, they have the culture, or they even have a tourist attraction around the one myth of how there's a monster in Loch Ness. It seems sad in a way that they have a whole tourist attraction around something that most people grew up with, and their culture being based around that. It seems weird in a way thinking about that, mainly because we don't have anything like that over here. We maybe have a Bigfoot over here, but there isn't much support behind the myth or the legend as they have over there.
There's Nessie. I found her. I win. I win the experience. Thoughts?
I love Nessie. Nessie's my favorite animal ever. Reptile. Dinosaur? I wish she was
It's
here.
more of like a reptile dinosaur thing.
I got you. I love her though. She's gorgeous. Even with the snow.
It's slippery. Our bus is over there. And there's more people coming
Another
up.
different aspect that they have there while going through all the vlogs and whatnot would be the music that they have there. It's definitely a different sensation of how they present their music over there compared to over here. They have more of an audience and whatnot. There's more people out on the streets putting out their music, and they even have like bagpipes that people normally consider is Scottish culture, and they also have like people playing guitars. And while also going around, they have people dressing up as like Braveheart and whatnot. We saw one of them, and they have like almost a circus performer in the middle of the street. He did the human blackhead, which I found was like one of the most fascinating things. It's almost like New York City, of how they have all these street performers and whatnot. It seems like a touristy place, but at the same time, it almost feels like that's what they do in a way. That's how that's their culture, that they base everything, most of like the tourist attractions, well, not on their culture. For example, like Braveheart, and how plays a big role in with the bagpipes, and how they play a big role. And even when people just think of Scotland, they think of bagpipes and the plaid and the kilts. So it's interesting actually seeing that while we were there. While in Edinburgh, the way we interacted with the people there, it was different than what it is here. For example, like walking around, they normally just keep walking and don't even bother looking back or saying sorry. They go from one place to another. They're always in a hurry. It's kind of like New York, in a way, but cleaner. A lot cleaner, the streets are, at least, with not many recycle bins, as we've talked about in class and whatnot.
Went to a comedy club today. It was hilarious. The comedy here is so much different than back at home. There's so much more cussing and so much more raunchiness than back at home. They would go on topics that we wouldn't even touch. But it was definitely a different experience than what I'm used to. And it was great.
The socialness over there is different as well. Like, going out to bars is different, at least. The social aspect, like, over there overall is different. For example, going to bars, like, over here, we don't really particularly don't have the access to so many bars as they do over there. Nor are some people actually allowed to go to bars here. For example, me. Well, there's that. Since I'm only 20. For the moment, at least. Thank God. It's hard. The social aspect is a little bit hard to describe. I mean, meeting some of the people over there, like, they're so friendly, and they're willing to talk to you about randomness, like, almost their whole life story. They will just sit there and talk and talk. And you don't really get that over here. Over here, you mainly get, why are you talking to me? Go away. Don't talk to me. It's so different with the socialness and the communication styles compared to over here, because they're more willing to talk to you, ask questions in the bar, restaurant, even on the streets, compared to here. And it's like, you don't really get that personalness when you're out and at a bar here.
We saw a dead tarantula.
That's Marissa. yeah, there was a dead tarantula. They moved it now, so sorry.
They moved
See. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they took it away. This is
It was
very
hairy. They probably heard
I didn't like it.
I want to go see if it's there. We're gonna go meet.
There's my room. It's in a dismal hallway, but I'm going to try to make friends with the people with the tree. Today we are definitely going to a football game. I'm so excited. We're going to one of the local clubs here, the Hibbards. I do believe that's what they're called. And then we're doing I don't know exactly what I'm doing today, besides the soccer game or football game. So excited!
All in all, the experience in Scotland has been almost breathtaking. There's no words to describe how amazing it was. Going back through all the footage that was taken, it's just like, again, no words. it was the most fun experience I could have had with a bunch of people that I couldn't have asked for a better group of people to have shared this experience with. Going in, not knowing some of the people, I was a bit iffy, a little bit in my not in my comfort zone, because there are times where I'm not really social, but being here on this journey with everyone has brought the best out in me. I couldn't have asked for a better group of people to have spent this whole trip with and experienced this with. I can definitely say I am going to miss every single one of them, since most of them are graduating this semester, but we will keep in contact and we will cherish all the experiences and the culturalness that we've shared while abroad in Scotland.
I need you back. I need you back. It moves.